Hello, Sagittarius. This is Joy with Joy to the World, here to take an intuitive peek into what's going on in the energy around you. Glad to have you here. Happy to have you join us. I hope everything's going well. You're out exploring the world, gaining new insight, and being wild and free and beautiful. So I've gone ahead and drawn four of these cards here. There's some handmade cards that I've done to kind of set up some channels that we're going to take a look at. And then we've got kind of a love sandwich. We're going to have a row of oracles here of the Oracle of Mystical Moments. That's why I sit at this magic glass table. It has two levels, and all the boxes are down here that reminds me their names. So if you see me looking down, that's what's going on. And while I'm at it, hey, share these videos, okay? And click like and subscribe. I'd love to have you join back in. I enjoy sharing this time with you and gaining knowledge, insight, and wisdom from the information that you guys bring to me through these cards. So anyways, Oracle, Tarot, Oracle. We've got the Oracle of Mystical Moments. We have the Affirmators Tarot that we'll be bringing up in the middle. And then the Mystic Shaman Oracle down here, okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to lay them out face down and then go through them this week as we come to them. Okay. All right. Okay, so you can go there. You can go here. Let's see what's happening with this chunk. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We'll pull you out the top. We got the Sweat Lodge going on the bottom here. Looks like y'all are coming out of something. And then the Ten of Wands definitely looks like you're coming out of something here. You're coming out of that desert. You're coming out of that desert. Say Cancer was going through that as well. And 22 like a bird. Yep. Dreams coming true, coming out of the desert, coming out of that tight spot, coming out of the oven. Well done. Perfect. All right, so on this first row, we have the sun shining on the fire flower, and it says creativity. So let's see what's going on, springing up. What seeds are springing up here? Well, we don't see the seeds yet, but we do see number 11, Queen Bee. You got some ideas going on, lots of ideas, and they're building upon each other in a creative form and fashion, and it's taking you up to new heights, new levels. And the bees are here pollinating, so it makes it fruitful. It will bring forth what you are intending. 5 of Cups, but maybe you're not seeing it this time. You might not see how favor is trying to crown you. So the warning is to don't lose hope. Don't give up. Don't be your own undoing in this state of what's going on here. You know, we can't decide what others call us, but we can decide what we answer to. That's kind of what's going on here. And so with this card coming out, in your creative ventures and your creative ideas, you could either put your energy and your strength towards having to stand against other people who stand against you, like even just mentally, maybe not verbally, but that can be taxing on your energy that you could be putting to yourself in this case. So it might be to your best interest to hold some of them back to yourself for a while until, kind of like some people don't announce that they're having a baby till a certain length of time in to know that the baby is more than likely going to come to term. So in this case, kind of keep some of those ideas like closer to your heart, and where they don't come under the scrutiny of other people's opinions, and therefore then you have to try and exert your imagination, your energy, your life force towards undoing that's been sent against you. Okay? And so under here, let's see, we've got the vision quest. Yeah. Yeah, keep yourself open to the ideas. It's so in a sense this is kind of that sandwich. It's like it's saying they're here for you, and then the source that these ideas come from is here for you as well, undergirding. And when you keep your ideas to yourself, they'll begin to build and grow. They'll be fertile. They'll come to fruition. And not only that, this will become a fulfillment in life. This will come kind of your calling and what you're known for. I see like light, the spreading of your wings. In this state, the vision, see the wings are forming. It's like the wind beneath your wings. It is that which carries you through. It gives clarity to you. Even though the moon is presented here, it gives you clarity and understanding into yourself and the nature and cycles of life, how things go and how things flow when you don't let it get interrupted by OPP, other people's opinions. OPO? Well, it could be OPP if it's other people's opinions. There we go. All right. So keep it to yourself for now. All right. And maybe share with a chosen few. Not necessarily people that are like-minded, but people that 100% love and support you. That's it. But other than that, you have all this energetic support to turn to anyway. And that's kind of what they're indicating in this card, the Vision Quest number 60, is like, turn to us and we'll give you even more. And we'll, because we see you fully as you are. That's why you're naked in this card. You're undressed. Is there's no pretense. There's not having to get through any barriers. So it's like a natural state for you. Okay? So in the next row, we have creative concepts. And it's on his side. It's asleep, laying down. What's going on? What's going on? So either it's ideas you haven't awakened to yet, or, you know, maybe not seeing it for what it is and therefore not getting on it. It could also be a part of yourself that you're not nurturing, and therefore, like a plant, it kind of wilts and it falls down to the side. So let's take a look in to see what exactly is happening here with your creative concepts. Okay, it's a turning of the tables. 21 tiny triumphs. And they're saying you hold it in your hand. You hold like this spiritual gift. You hold this. I hear odd reckoning. Odd reckoning. You have an interesting perspective in the way you see things. And odd isn't bad. I don't think so. There's odd and there's even. There's left and then there's right. So you have a different type of reckoning, a different type of perspective in the way you see things. You color it up differently. Like you turn the tables for people, and with your creative concepts, you go against the flow of society and the norm. You could be a trendsetter in that way, that you elevate the underdog. You speak life and truth to maybe parts of people that no one else speaks to, like not the people, but that part of those people. The other people may not recognize it and acknowledge it, but you speak to it and you empower them. That's what makes you the flip side of the coin. Interesting. Yeah, I can feel the energies moving all around on that. So that's a definite yes on that one. And thank you for that. Thank you for doing what is needed, what is needful and necessary, because it's one thing to jump on the train of everybody else's thought and to be in that aspect, but to go against the grain, swim against the flow, and to dance in that energy, to really celebrate it and exalt it and lift it up. And it seems very natural for you, and easy for people to respond to, because they're aware of your boldness and your confidence to take that risk and in a sense, it validates their worth. And that's not even what you're trying to do, but that is exactly what happens. And it creates an unction within them to take action on what you're seeing and to bring forth life in that area. So let's see what's going on under here. Okay, we have the Five of Wands. Woohoo! So to me, fives are numbers of manifestation. And in here, like the Five of Cups, you have that imagination. Here you have that power. Now these little guys look grumpy and angry here. And that could just, they're saying, okay, they're saying, don't, stop. But you know what? Since I'm the queen of punctuation, we're just going to pull that punctuation out. We're going to say, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop sharing your unique perspective. Don't stop turning the world on its ear. Don't stop encouraging what is unique about people and lifting them up in their own personal beauty. Don't stop. Don't stop. You know, there's a little bit of buzz going around you, and I do see that over time, even kind of the naysayers will be transformed. Right now, it's just picked up as a disruption in the flow, as if you're going against the grain, trying to disturb the state of ease and cause quarrels and problems and things like that. But soon enough, we can't, it's, I have to say in English, your efforts, meaning your energy, your power that you put into things, will be seen for what it really is through the transformation of the lives that it touches. And it will, even these little grumpy pants right here, these guys will be celebrating soon too, because they are a symbol of transformation. And I see the yellow light coming in all around. And they're just grumpy because they need your touch as well. We'll just say it like that. Okay, so under here, ooh, we got the Blade. I love this card because to me it means focus, focus, focus. It's like that eye of the dragon or the cat. Let me bring it back. Can you see it? And stop and take a second look. Okay, I'm going to do that for a second just in case it's talking to me. Okay, so they're wanting me to expound a little bit more. They say, align your focus with the phases of the moon, okay? And again, I'm not going to tell you what that is because this card of Tiny Triumphs of seeing things from a different perspective, for you the full moon may mean different than what people say about, you know, what you do at that time of the moon versus the new moon, right? And during the cycles. But really work with the flow of the moon. Just like in my life, I'm very solar. So for me, my bedtime's different in the winter. My bedtime and wake time is different in the winter than it is in the summer. I adjust because I need that very much. I'm very solar. And I'm an early riser because of it. Now in this case, they're asking you to tune in to the moon and set your focus according to the moon. And so, as we know, just like that eye, it's going to dilate. And then it's going to go back and it's going to contract, okay? That's what they're showing me, is what they're referring to there. And it will give you a secondary point of view. Confirmation, confirmation. Okay? Okay. And so here, the next row, we've got truth inverted. And let's see what's coming into focus under that before I go saying anything else. Number 10, the flower spirit. Okay, so this truth is coming in is there's more than meets the eye, is what's going on here. And you have to look closely at things. They're asking you, like in this case, this confirmation, this second perspective, take another look, reflect. So for you, meditation would be reflection. That's very lunar. That's very evening tide. It's like at the end of your day, reflect, ponder Not decide, not categorize, just reflect. It's that time in which you'll be able to see through the layers and also see them. I'm not a computer techie, but somehow they merge, merging the layers. And it's something about kind of your psyche, your mind. Kind of like lucid dreaming, okay? But the stars will spill forth their secrets when you ponder, when you reflect, when you kind of ruminate like that. All right? And it'll give you a more perfect picture. Ooh, we got a double. We got a double. Okay, so that means you are here, and then this is the secondary. All right, it's a toughie either way. We have the Seven of Swords and the Tower. Okay. The Seven of Swords, what I see going on here is, in a sense, it's like a defense mechanism against listening to your gut. I don't know what has happened there before. It could be conditioning. It could be, environmental, the way you grew up, what you've seen lived out in front of you as an example. It could just be having been through a bad experience and lost trust and faith in yourself. And so now you second guess. Okay, fine. Stop second guessing yourself. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. Can you see? And this is a weasel. All right. As we see over here, your intentions are good. Your intentions are pure as to why you're going against the grain, why you're seeing things from that different perspective, why they're asking you to take a second look, and why it's saying don't second guess yourself. That's not the second that you're supposed to do, which makes sense because we were being told that with number 10, the Flower Spirit card, is like, don't get all in your head, don't meditate, don't think, not that way, but to pull out and to just reflect, to sit with it, to allow your mind to merge the images, to get and gain more clarity, like a deeper revelation in truth of what you observe through the day. And that is more of a passive state of allowing yourself to see what you're seeing without second guessing yourself, okay? Because it's letting us know these two were stuck together. It's letting us know that second guessing yourself is your own undoing, okay? And what's neat is second guessing is something you totally have power over. But I see it piggybacking with these other two cards over here as to why that could be what you're doing. Fives can be tough, but if you're confident and bold in your heart and why you do what you do, then you're able to shed those energies more readily instead of taking that and at the end of your day letting that blend and merge into you. Shed that as it comes, knowing that eventually they'll come around, and that's not your job to do anyway. Just time will take care of that in and of itself. And then this card of like, don't give up on yourself. Don't overshare with other people because that is what is putting you in this position of second guessing yourself. You don't necessarily do it at the time because you are quite bold and confident, but at some point, either when you're tired or you're hangry or you're just bored or on the in-between moments, that it can kind of turn on you some. All right, and then it becomes your own undoing. You see, blah! Just thrown on his back and all this energy just wearing you down and tearing you down and making you frazzled. Don't do that. We need you. We need you. We need you. Okay? So under the Seven of Swords, we have the curse. All right. So first, we're going to blow that off because I see what it is. So this energy, this is a pattern. Okay, this is a pattern that's played out for quite some time. And I see words that have been spoken over you. And so that's what I was blowing away right there. When I do readings, this is my magic of swords. They come here not to say, oh, this is going to happen to you. That's going to happen to you. So-and-so is coming in. No, that's why we're looking at the energy. And we're moving through the energy channels with you based on what's going on here and processing this together. Aside from doing this, like my job is I'm a massage therapist, but I'm also an energy worker. And I call it energy worker because it is all the energy working together. And so when these come about, it's giving us the time right now to examine them, to reevaluate, to recalibrate. Kind of like when you take a wrong turn on your GPS and it starts recalibrating, still trying to get you to the destined point. And that you have destiny and you have life, and life is leaning over you saying, yes, 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 you be you, come on in. You do have something to say. You do have something to share. You have this balanced perspective, but it is seen as polarizing, okay? And that polarizing thing is kind of what shrinks you back and shuts you in. It's what's kind of like you start going towards a turtle. They'll shrink their head back into their shell. You go towards a clam and it's going to clam up, right? And it causes you to withdraw. So either by experience or by, well, certain words have been spoken over you. I keep hearing it and they keep saying it. So we're just going to take this blade. We're just going to shave those words right on off of here. Get you all fresh and clean. Get that old growth off. Get this off your mouth. And we free you to speak. We thank you for speaking. We thank you for sharing. But also make sure you've had that time. Let it pass through an evening. You know, give it a little time when you feel that unction, you feel that fire, you feel that like urge to share. Let the tea steep. Let it sit. Let it pass through the moon. Let it pass through an evening of your reflection. Because I see this coming out more, it's saying commonly, meaning people you're regularly around. All right. And so then when the next get together, next day, next whatever, you can share freely of your own accord, having had that time of observance with yourself, okay? So just know polarizing isn't a bad thing. It's like a unification. We need both our veins and our arteries. One brings the oxygen to the whole body and the other one takes it away. They're both very important, and you stand in that. You stand with the truth, and you're very convicted in what you stand for, and that can put people on edge sometimes, okay? But that mellowing, that beauty that the vision quest, this team gives you is through the essence of time, that time to morph, to merge, to reflect with yourself, not other people's opinions. That's why they were guarding against it here, is to keep this to yourself. You can see her. See, nature is here for you. And as we see over here, the spirits are here with you. Your spiritual guide is here with you. And like the bees pollinating your flowers, when they pollinate, it takes just a short period of time for that blossom, for that fruit to come forth. And a bit longer for the honey to be produced. But in the meanwhile, you got fruit, you got vegetables, you got all sorts of good things to imbibe in and enjoy in your life. Okay? Hopefully this is coming out making sense to you, which is, oh, cute. I love it. So over here we've got cute and clever. Look at that. You're both cute and clever. And we got our little bee friend over here dripping some honey. And so this is like the fruit of your labor. It's this sweetness of life. So letting us know when we move, activate your creativity. Don't let things get you down. You know where you're going and what you're here for and the beauty of life, and to enjoy the fruits thereof. And it's coming to you, okay? Let's see. Give yourself that time. It's not a long-standing time. It says you will understand these rhythms, these patterns, these sequences, these seasons, these flows. And it means the season of the moon. So, in a month's time of practicing this, you'll notice how much more fluid, but not water fluid. It's like a car, that momentum, how the momentum begins to feed yourself, but it also is tempered at the same time, that temperance. And so it's not so much patience. That patience can get us unnerved, because I have a lot of Sagittarius placements. But when I know it's process, to me, process means outcome, means results, means connection. Yeah, I can do that. So for y'all, it's to let you know process. Process has its just fruits and its sweet rewards, okay? which will be even bigger than the connection with the people. But ultimately, it will connect with the people as well. And so you'll have like double the pleasure, double the fun, double income. All right, this is number 5. Oh, you got another 5 showing up. That's funny. We do have the odds. So far, we've got the odds going on right here. And then we've got a couple of evens coming out. Let's see. This is number 5, bloom. Bloom. Look at that. So we've got the flower over here. We got the flower here. And we've got the blooming here. And it's like your ears. And now, we know you don't do it to hear accolades, to hear applause, to hear things like that. But it says it'll be music to your ears. It'll be sweet to your ears. People will be more inclined to listen to what you have to say. It won't have all this static, all this like jumbled, all this resistance, because it's given time to move through you. Your fire, your impulsive, instantaneous things come to you. You have this instinct, this unction, this leading, this guidance. And other people, if they don't have a lot of fire in their chart, they don't get on with that. They don't understand that. So just like a fire pit, you either put in a containment vessel or you put a ring around it to help keep the fire where it is welcome to all and where it's very welcoming in and of itself, and it's productive as opposed to destructive. That's kind of what's happening here, and you begin to hear it. I mean, it's music to your ears, because the reason you are sharing is it comes to you so deeply and full of fervency and makes you very passionate. But to have that connection with others, which is that double the fun, double the fruit, right? That's even more rewarding, and you can see it makes your heart happy. Look at all this pink going on up here. That's the high heart. That's kind of, to me, the fairy tale love. That's where we had that and happily ever after. And it all worked out, because it's not about you trying to be right. We already know that. We already see that going on here. It's about you trying to share and transform lives from the power and the inspiration that comes to you and then moves through you and then can go out into the world. It's just about a process is all we're seeing here. And that's it. Just a tiny little tweak and adjustment. Follow that moon. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords. She must be up something because she got her pants on today. Look at that. Look at all that cloud stirring up back behind her. So much is going on here on her big red throne. Okay. She's receptive and welcoming, and she's like, hi, y'all. Standing on your principles. Okay, I see the temperance in that sword. I see that that's what you're moving with, that as you allow this to process through you in this manner, not only do you become familiar with the process, but it becomes your process. Temperance is the embodiment of who you are and how you act. You take these polarities and you merge them into oneness. You allow that, because, with Jupiter being the ruler of your sign, it's very expansive, and that's the trouble, is at times it can get you out even beyond the ability for people to gain your concept. So you bring it in and you contract it. That's, to me, what the temperance is. It's bringing it in, working the energies together. You going ahead and mixing the Kool-Aid for everybody. And you're just the Queen of Swords is inviting out. Welcome, come on, come to my Kool-Aid party. Come on in. You've already sweetened the tea. You've already made the snacks. It's that type of a thing. And I see now it makes you very inviting. How fantastic. But it's obvious here, because in this case, this sword is illuminate, saying you are standing on your principles. You still know what you know. It is still very innately you, and you're incredibly passionate about it. But you've taken that intensity, that passion, that instinct and impulsivity, and you've put it in the oven. You bake the bread, you make the goodies, you make the cookies, you do that sort of thing, and you put it into a you bring Jupiter in its massiveness and these ideas, and you bring it down into a form that people can eat the elephant bite by bite, right? Okay. And they get your heart. They get you. It's not just your high heart, la la fairy tale land. That's very real, y'all, by the way. The high heart is pink. And it's the part of our heart that's very active when we're young. It's where the thymus gland actually is. And that's why it's so beautiful. It is regenerative, and it's full of life and full of possibility. But you also have the very earthy, very grounded, very manifestation of the two hands, a physical beating heart, the green chakra going on here. And you got it all together, buttoned up in a two-piece suit. All right, you got your green pearls on to go with it. Look at that. Look at that. Very inviting. People get you. And so down beneath the Queen of Swords, we have number 59, the upper world. Give me a second to look at this one. Okay. So let me step there for a second. I clearly see they're holding a lens. Okay, you see the lens right there? And it's reaffirming that this is the effective way to share your perspective, to share it with the world, is to take that power, that passion, that energy, and manifest things from it, to put it in practical, like her sword, you can cut it into pieces type of thing, cut it down to bits and bytes, merge the polarities. But for some of you, this creative form that you're going to share is specifically photography. It is through the lens. It's photography, it might be videography, blogging, vlogging, that type of thing. But put in some of your ideas, some of your vision, okay? Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. They move people. They stir up within them. Privately with themselves, it stirs it up, so they have nothing to, balk against in the polarity. It's a moment with themselves to be able to evoke out their passion, their energy, their ideas. Okay. But it says that's a respectful way to do it. I don't know why it's saying that, but respect means to honor each person and where they're coming from and who they are and how they operate. But same why writing is powerful, music is powerful, things like that. It's something that the person's able to take in whatever capacity that they can, filter it around, move it around in their mind to where it applies to their own life, and it works with their energy, their feelings, their ideas, that type of thing. It's the same with these readings. These are provided simply as information, intuition, intuitive reading, and my perspective. But this is in no way a directive, advice or anything like that to tell you what to do. It's just simply like when you're driving down the road, you might see 46 miles to such and such city, or, you might see it goes from 2 lanes down to 1, or where you merge off. It's kind of just those things. It's like road signs and speed limit signs and just that type of information going along your path. Okay. And then we'll take a quick peek here at the bottom of the Mystical Oracle deck. And is that 22 like a bird? All right, let me just pull her off because I am blotting out that beak. Let's take a look. There we go. And so it's holding your dreams close, holding your spirit close, because this bird is covered with stars. Can you see that? You see that there? And so it's keeping your spirit close to you. I would see that as making sure you spend time with yourself. Being Jupiterian, being exponential like that, and it comes in that way, a lot of information comes in, but make the concerted effort to also sit in a little designated space. It could be indoors, outdoors, whatever it is, a routine that you do that allows you to tune in just for you, aside from this reflecting, because that can have all sorts of nature and means and manner going on with it. But this is specifically for you, because you do for yourself what you do for others, and that's what makes this the most authentic. That's what keeps your pilot light lit on your hot water heater. That's what keeps the home fires burning, okay? And so along here we have the Ten of Wands, remember? that was this burden. I think it was just that the massive amount of energy and the passion and what to do with it. And it was to share it with the people because you know the messages are coming to you and through you and what else to do with that. But in this case, it was burning you out, drying you out. Look at him. It's like look at his feet. He's even hurting his feet and all prickled up in the desert like, ow, ow, ow. Get me out of here, both top and bottom. It was not feeling very comfortable. But breaking it down, taking time to ruminate, to reflect, to do things like that is, instead of just this constant influx of energy coming to you, which just makes the head hot and heavy, it's you're taking the energy to also reflect, to contract. And as you learn to expand and to contract as well, the energies will adapt to move with you on that, instead of just being this giant fire hose that's shooting out this flume of water of intensity at all times. This, in your case, this fire, this flume of intensity at all times. It's being able to temper it and break it down, control that. Like when you temper chocolate, you control the temperature in order to provide a specific type of result that is not only palatable, but it's beautiful as well. And it develops the character, and it suits the nature of what it is dealing with, including yourself. Okay, so this final row, it's really showing a benefit to you. And here it is, that sweat lodge. It's like you're coming out of the oven. You're coming out of the hot seat of Jupiter. I know what that expansion is like. I have a tremendous amount of Jupiter in my chart, and it's amazing, and it feels really good running those rabbit trails and seeing the difference in knowing, because you just have the innate knowing all from the beginning. But it can burn you out. It can wear you down. It can weary your eyes. It can tax your brain. Like underneath is the fire card. This is your brain on fire on Jupiter. But the expansion, the contraction, it's what makes it a sharp tool. It makes it effective. And that's good for you. So I see you coming out of there cool, refreshed, calm, relaxed, and being released. What did I see? See that bird? Being released from that pattern of, we would just say behavior, that pattern of being, of it going that way, that now there is a process, and that process makes sense to you. It's good for others, and it's good for you, and it's music to your ears. It's rewarding. It's beautiful on all levels. So let's see. Let's get you one animal oracle here. Wow, no. Let's get an animal for Sagittarius. Let's just get a little friend in nature to come on in here for us. God. See if we'll get a volunteer. Aw, sweet. Which it goes with this guy over here. He was under the 10 of Wands. Look, we had a little elephant. The 9 of Pentacles. Lots of happiness going on there. Here we have the elephant. Open yourself to true abundance. Okay? And that's what we're finding out here. That's what he's showing under the under, is these cards could just keep talking. Is as you free yourself of this burden, this freedom, this enjoyment, this pleasure, this double the fun comes on. Open yourself to that abundance. Okay? I love you guys. It was super walking on this journey with you, going through this transformation that you're going through, figuring out this process to understand how you genuinely operate and how to take the magnificence of who you are and put it into form and what that form looks like. I'm excited to hear what it looks like for each of you. So drop me a comment. Let me know how it's going and how it's turning out. And the music to your ears. Maybe even pick a song. So anyways, saying bye for now. Joy for joy to the world. I love you. Mwah.